of me, goddamn. My content for everybody that's okay. No, for real, it's not. No, for real, neighbor. It's no need for you to be fighting the air, throwing shit at the TV at the end of the day. You know, trying to figure out your train of thought. You coming or going at the end of the day. I hope you find peace within. God damn, bring your goddamn blood pressure now. What the fuck wrong with you? You know, you ain't got to call me a whole bunch of BITZH. I can't stand that son of a bitch. No, it's changed on me. I hope you find peace in your life. But my content is not for everybody. It is really not. To the genuine ones, I say this respectfully. I truly hope that all is well in your end, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. They said that you didn't have potential. You was never the issue. It was they one-sided drama. They didn't understand your worth, but you didn't shortchange yourself. You was want to better yourself. Patient time and day looks good on you today, and I say that respectfully when it comes to confidence. You matter, you're worthy. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Entertainment purpose only. No, it's shit on me. What the hell is wrong with people? I never understood this dumb shit at the end of the day. I said entertainment purposes only. No, for real. Don't beef with me at the end of the day. It's one-sided, bitch, because I'm not beefing with you. Hello? No, for real. I never understood this shit. You know when you the gay girl or whatever the case may be, or the lesbian, whoever the fuck you are. No, it's shit on me. You ever been minding your business and someone got eyes for you and they in a whole relationship? Hold on 1 second, bitch. This was not my dream fucking come true. Hello, I wasn't supposed to be beefing with you or your bitch. No, for real. Like, I don't want the bitch sympathy at the end of the day because I'm being my authentic self and the bitch asks me if I'm okay. No, it's a shit on me. I never understood this weird shit at the end of the day. How a motherfucker would try to disturb your motherfucking peace and they in a whole fucking relationship? What's wrong with you? Yeah, bitch, you not faithful. They ain't got shit to do with me. You ever came across one of them motherfuckers that like to have their motherfucking cake and eat it too, and when it's convenient for them? Or you got one of them motherfuckers that say, you know what? I decided to turn my gay radar today. That ain't got shit to do with me, bitch. It's a trick over me. How a motherfucker would come into your life when they going through trials and tribulations and only hold on 1 second. All they want to do is disturb your fucking peace. Hold on 1 second. I didn't sign up for this conversation. I swear I did. I did. I did. No, for real. A motherfucker will come into your life to make you feel like, hold on 1 second. You are worthy. I'm feeling you today. Only to find out they forgot to fucking keep it real. So they trying to invest in time and day with you and only rather hold on 1 second. They over there making excuses why they can't go see Multiply. No, you know the one that they actually love, the one actually in a relationship with. No, it's a trade over me. So you mean to tell me that you decide to gaslight an innocent person, act like you was so big single, whatever the case may be? Only trying to ruin someone's life and a change on me. Now you got this dude racing, trying to chase me down and shit, and I can barely fucking run, bitch. I got asthma. What the fuck? I didn't sign up for this conversation. This motherfucker took my. Oh, so you dealing with my chick? No. No. I'm not. I'm trying to get my fucking words together. What the fuck? No, that's for you to say it though for me. Like, I didn't know what the fuck y'all had going on today. That ain't got shit to do with me. Last I checked, you was single, bitch. Ha! No, that's what you said. You lied, bitch. You lied. You ever came across someone saying they dealing with a situation and they want to value your time and day with a whole bunch of fucking excuses? Like, first of all, what's your situation? Because I didn't sign up to be participated. No, entertain of me, please. I want to live to see a fucking another day. This is why motherfuckers be on criminal minds and criminal justice and all this type of weird shit on these different TV channels and shit trying to solve a fucking case and shit. All because of the fact that someone decided not to be real. First of all, I didn't know y'all was having time apart. You became the jealous, crazy ex-boyfriend too? What the fuck? Motherfucker gonna say yes, so I'm not dealing with them anymore. Don't worry about them. Why they following me, trying to watch me then? And take on me. I didn't sign up for this weird shit. I said what I said. What the fuck? No, for real. I never understood this shit. The innocent person always get put in the middle of some shit that they had no business being in. No, for real. Like valuing your time and day, bitch. Hold on 1 second. You said I was cute. I was attractive. I had a personality. I had shit going on or whatever case be. I was all nice and dandy, but damn, why you had to try to mislead me? My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. It's not. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, domestic violence is real. And there's something to play about, and there's something funny about it. And I say that respectfully because there's a lot of individuals that don't do it for likes and views, because it's their real life. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. If you're not interested in somebody, or you out here playing mind manipulation games to get someone's time and day, leave them alone. And I say that respectfully. There's no reason why someone, family member, is grieving them. There's no reason why someone has to be put in a mindset because someone decided to manipulate somebody because someone wanted to act like they was investing so much time and day. Leave innocent people alone. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? You ever had someone invite you to their table, only for them to blackmail you against you being your authentic self because you actually knew how to motivate your neighbor? You wasn't have to try hard. You wasn't wearing a mask. That ain't just different. How they try to blackmail you behind closed doors against a group of people at the end. They don't even know you, but you still have potential. They would never understand your faith when it comes to growth, actually maturing, acting your body weight, not your shoe size. They would never understand how time actually elevates. Because your heavenly mother, Father God, never moved their hands off of you. You actually knew how to respect your neighbor even days when you couldn't see. They want you to be bent out of shape to catch your case so you can reject yourself, regardless of protecting your mental health. It's a train of thought for me. It was the beauty. It was the beauty that started within. Yes, you are beautiful. They wanted you to be stripped away from your own beauty when it comes to your smarts, but you truly was smart. That ain't just different. Didn't matter how smart you truly was when it comes to your IQ score, days when you couldn't see. They would never understand the hold on 1 second, even exchange. I didn't need validation to be my authentic self because God had a better plan. Yeah, you was brave. You overcame miracles when you least expect, not to shortchange yourself because God was really allowing you to better yourself when it comes to your mental health. Yeah, you was different, but you wasn't living in fear. They wanted to shortchange you because you was truly a miracle in God's hands. Yeah, you was that angel that day that came into the world. How you actually multiply when it came to your blessings. Hold on 1 second, you don't overlook yourself another day because your God allows you to heal. Wow. It's sad and disgusting to see how the enemy, let alone the devil, but not want you to see your beauty within, let alone the smarts that you really have within. But it's kind of funny how your neighbor, it doesn't matter, their culture, would be the same person, hold on 1 second, becoming the enemy, let alone the devil, trying to shortchange you when it comes to a miracle. You choosing yourself because God shows you better days ahead. How this type of stuff happens. How you know how the devil, let alone the enemy, will invite you to their table just to discourage you, to humiliate you, make you feel like you're not worthy. But why did it have to be your neighbor that day? The one that be like, bro, sis, hold on 1 second, I ain't have to project pain. But it was one-sided when it came to their mission because they wanted to destroy you. Up close in person, you have to get physical. How this type of stuff happens. It didn't matter if you knew your neighborhood or not, but goddamn, did it matter your culture? How your neighbor would have this mindset that discourage you? When the enemies are ready trying to put a mindset at the end of the day, we're not supposed to be united. It be just a thought for me. I may not make sense to the average person, but I wasn't trying to offend them. I just knew how to respect my neighbor, even when they tried to antagonize me that day. I never understood this mindset, how someone wanted to project fear in you, to project spoken in a toxic way, to energy harvest off your energy when you wasn't trying to catch your case. How they would invite you to their table just to disrespect you up loud and close to person, and then they behind closed doors playing with spoken in a toxic way. The hacking device was real, or because they wanted you to be mentally ill. How the enemy, let alone the devil, be doing this every single day. But hold on 1 second, why did it take your neighbor to do that? Didn't matter your culture. Hold on 1 second, we can't relate. It's funny how they want us to be against each other, to disrespect each other. People pick and choose who they want to bully, disrespect at the end of the day. All because so much we got potential. Didn't matter if you was gifted, spiritual at the end of the day, high ranking than the next person. You still knew how to respect your neighbor, even days when you couldn't see, truly got them bent out of shape when it come to their sight and day. It'd be the train of thought for me. How someone project their mental health on you because they got envy within them, and you fall from a hater. The energy is different because all veins don't add up the same. I know how to respect my neighbor even days when I can't see. Loving myself was really a problem. You wanted me to overlook myself, to cause a problem. Being yourself, that's not a crime. You ain't have to get physical. You just understood time and day actually maturing, acting your body weight and your shoe size. How they try to distract you, but you was willing to choose you. That energy is different. How you understood gravity. Hold on 1 second, God was really holding you down. They said God ain't real, but God actually maintained your smile. It didn't matter what the enemy looked like that day, let alone the devil when they try to say you ain't got potential. But God showed you a different type of level when God restored you that day in the most healthiest way. You wasn't doing it for likes if you was a cloud chasing. How they would try to distract you, but hold on 1 second, God still acknowledged you in the most healthiest way. Wow. You know, you have to go tick for tack with folks when they energy harvest off your energy. They don't play with spoken in a toxic way. How they want you to be bent out of shape, becoming your worst enemy, but God showed you your faith. You know, healing trauma and pain is not easy. Overcoming that process, still being patient with time and data will never understand. Hold on 1 second. How you understand your existence. You know, healing childhood trauma is real. It's not a game at the end of the day to become your best self vision of yourself. And especially when someone truly wants you to be mentally ill. It went into your adulthood, becoming your worst enemy. Who knew that God turned things around in your life? Only the rest of hold on 1 second, you was truly still worthy. You know the potential that you always had within you. The energy is different. They would never understand you wasn't doing it for likes and views when you truly chose you. You know, loving yourself, the better yourself. They would never understand, hold on 1 second. God never removed his hands off of you. You know, your heavenly mother God. You mad and you're worthy. Not to give up on you. You found peace with them because God was truly guiding you. Maintain that beautiful smile. Hold on 1 second. God is truly proud. Imagine looking in the mirror. You felt so ugly, but God truly showed you, hold on 1 second, of you that started within. You still had a heart. Who would have known? It was you that day. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are handsome. Yeah, they said that you didn't have potential, but that rhythm hits different when God's truly dancing with you. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never allow someone to tell you that you don't have potential. And I say that respectfully. It's disgusting to see, regardless of someone's culture. You could be the same as someone at the end of the day. They will invite you to their table just to only humiliate you, disrespect you out loud to see you down. When you was never in competition with your neighbor, you just knew how to respect your neighbor, even days when they can't see. The energy is different. How they would sit there, hack your devices, and laugh at your pain in group text messages or hold on 1 second emails. Hold on 1 second. It was pointless conversations because God saw everything. Because it's not the God's eyes at the end of the day. Why would you want to kick your neighbor down when someone's really showing you motivation? They ain't have to try hard, but you wanted to see them frown. How this type of stuff actually happens? Did it matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age? No, it didn't. You know, respect's a two-way street. How chicks and dudes have this mindset. How you not a girls or dudes or whatever the case may be. You don't like this person's culture, religion, or whatever the case may be. You can keep your negative energy to yourself and continue to keep it pushing. Because if you actually love yourself, to actually heal, to go within, you actually understand your mental health. Hold on 1 second. I am worthy of choosing me not to project negative energy towards my neighbor. You wouldn't have to sit behind closed doors playing with spoken in a toxic way, having pointless conversations with about an innocent person when they wasn't trying to catch a case. Talking about this and that and this and that. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to shortchange them when it comes to their blessing. Fuck them, because God ain't real. I'm going to show them a miracle at the end of the day. I'm going to make sure, hold on 1 second, they truly mentally ill. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks will try to get you locked up, put you in a psych board, try to blackmail you because you being your authentic self, because you truly got potential. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. When God redirects you, they will never understand why you stand before yourself today. You was never in competition. I'm not here to love respect, and my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You know, when God endorses a gift within that child, that real chosen one or the divine one, that child of God at the end of the day, and I don't mean no disrespect, but we're not here to disrespect our neighbor. Somebody is not for you, you keep it pushing. Somebody is not for you, there's no need to get them locked up or put them in a sideboard because you lack self-control when it comes to discipline. There's no need for you to gang stalk somebody or hack the devices, then when they speak up for themselves, you call them a snitch. But they wouldn't be having that mindset, or you wouldn't have that mindset of kicking someone down at the end of the day if you didn't do what you did. Because God saw what you did behind closed doors. And you said that someone wasn't irrelevant. You said someone wasn't irrelevant. You said someone is whack and corny, they ain't nobody. And you said that you're going to make sure you dim they light at all costs just to hurt somebody. But you sat there and took notes. You sat there and tried to study somebody for so many years. You sat there and took notes just to try to humiliate somebody at the end of the day because someone actually had potential. Something that folks overlooked when it came to you. You said you're going to take someone's creativity, take someone's identity, and make them seem like they're having a crisis, and take that to the bank. Hold on 1 second, we ain't the same. I know how to put respect on my neighbor's name regardless of your pain. We operate the same. It don't matter about your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. If you creative, if you spiritual, and you doing the right thing, I know how to respect my neighbor. I'm far from a hater. The energy is different. And I say that respectfully. I ain't got malicious intentions. My content is not for everyone. It's not. You can never Be somebody that you're truly not. You could try to observe somebody all day long, but you would never be able to be them. And I say that respectfully. Because what anointings is in that child of God, that chosen one, that divine one, it's within them. It's not on the outside. And the disrespect is so real, how you would try to sit there and try to dim somebody's light and not put respect on their name. You would rather be behind closed doors as to hacking devices, paying them out to be something they truly not, or because you lack self-control when it comes to discipline, talking about you growing, didn't matter about your tax bracket. You try to humiliate somebody in amongst a group of people, or because of the fact that someone actually truly had potential. It took a group of people to go up against one person, but you took them at the end of the day. You truly a leader, but you truly a follower at the end of the day with all your excuses. And it's sad and disgusting to see at the end of the day that folks be having children having this mindset. God damn, would you want somebody to do that to your baby? Didn't matter your tax bracket. You hack your devices, play with spoken in a toxic way, energy harvest off the energy, or destiny swipe with them. Try to project the spell work on an innocent person when they didn't even do anything to you. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, they didn't do anything to you because you was wearing a mask so well. Jealousy and envy, hold on, you forgot the truly hell. But you wearing a smile at the end of the day that's truly fake because hold on 1 second. You said if God was truly real, then God would take care of me right there and then. But hold on 1 second. God never overlooked what you did when you try to keep that innocent person down that you said that didn't have potential. But you truly wanted to take them with their free will when it comes to their mental health. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. How someone would say that they would sit there and say, I'm going to humble somebody. But someone was already humbled. The energy is different. I never understood why people would put someone in competition when they was already humbled. Just the same way with life, you be patient with time and day. Everybody has good days, bad days, and misunderstanding. It's not that someone ever thought that they was better than anybody. Someone just understood that, hold on 1 second, I'm just being patient. I'm just being understanding time. I'm understanding my existence. I understand I am worthy. I'm understanding, hold on 1 second. I just overcame a testimony. I understood I just overcame a chapter in my life where I almost lost me. I overcame a chapter where I lost everything. I overcame a chapter where folks didn't know how to respect me. I overcame a chapter where they wanted to second my free will. I overcame a chapter when they wanted to rob me. I overcame a chapter where they said I was a nobody. I overcame a chapter where they said I didn't have potential. And that innocent person was never your issue. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Someone could talk shit all day long, but action spoke louder than words when you wanted someone to be pointed out to be mentally ill. You wanted to get them locked up, put them in the sight bowl, or because you had ill intentions, because you know how to respect yourself, to respect your neighbors, stay in your lane. Looking at someone like competition when they was never competing. The blackmailing was real. How you send different folks to blackmail an innocent person just to get tabs on somebody, so you could act like you had a conversation with somebody, but hold on 1 second, God saw what you was doing, or someone could recognize you for who you truly are. Hope you find peace with the neighbor, but don't give up on yourself because you truly got potential. How you can recognize somebody, say they got a nice outfit on, they got nice shoes, or whatever the case may be. I like your hair today. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second, I like your swag. I like your creativity. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within and better yourself, neighbor. I ain't here to disrespect you. We not the same. How folks would take that as competition when you was never competing, only because, hold on 1 second, they try to project pain. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You could tell someone that they have beautiful teeth, they have a nice smile, and this whole entire time, because you acknowledge somebody, they truly want to see you down. They want to see you frown. They want you to become your worst enemy. They want you to become a crash out. You gifted, you unique in your own special way. And just because you acknowledge somebody, they would take that compliment to try to destroy your image. And how this type of stuff actually happens. And what they would do is they'll gather in groups of people, or by themselves sometimes, but 9 out of 10 is groups of people, because they lack self-control. They have insecurity problems. Because if you didn't have insecurity problems, you wouldn't want to be sitting there tearing the next woman down, the next man down. It's not about competition when it comes to elevation, when it comes to life, because everybody has their own lane. Everybody's not for everybody. And that innocent person didn't have to project pain. Someone just quickly just acknowledged you, and all you want to do is just ruin their reputation. And then you sit there and say, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and watch you, and take your creativity ideas and use it as my own. And I'm not gonna give you credit for its due, because now I have you shadow banned. I dig up your past to try to humiliate you. I'm doing rituals on you. I'm projecting sport on you, and I'm going to humiliate you every single chance that I get. Remember, because you said God wasn't real. But when God maintained someone mental health and they overcame so many storms, you would never understand that God was never leading this person wrong. And they wasn't trying to fit in, they just knew how to respect their neighbor. My thing is, why invite somebody to your table just to disrespect them? Why invite somebody to your table just to humiliate them? Why invite somebody to your table and act like you want to invest your time and day into them? Why invite somebody to your table and act like you want to be in a relationship with them? Why would you invite somebody to your table just to psych them out their free will when it comes to their mental health? Why would you invite somebody to your table because you want to project them for to be a crash out? And then when they speak up for themselves, you know what? I'm going to have you shadow banned. I'm going to blackmail you. I'm going to disrespect you. I'm going to continue to laugh at you. Fuck your pain. Fuck you. Because nobody's going to believe you. That's what you said. Nobody give a fuck about you, BITCH. And I'm going to make sure it's permanent too. That's what you said. I'm going to humiliate you. I'm going to paint you out to be the crash out that you're going to be. How people have this mindset. How you can acknowledge somebody and they invite you to their table just to hurt you. Just to have the next door neighbor in different area codes. To tell you every moves. To tell when you're taking a shit. What did you eat today? Who's coming in and out of your household? What you got going on from point A to Z? How gang stalking is really real. All because someone invited you to their table. Imagine someone inviting you to their table just to be disrespected. We all don't operate the same, because 9 out of 10, when someone normal invites you to their table, they're here to respect you. They don't have jealousy and envy and hate within them. They don't look at you like competition. They don't have the mindset of hacking your devices or projecting spoke towards you. They don't have the energy harvest off your energy. They don't have to try to destiny swipe with you. And they're not your enemy. It's disgusting when someone speaks up for themselves. Now someone is crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. We're going to paint you out to be something you're truly not. Matter of fact, because I know this person is in this tax bracket, I know this person in that tax bracket, I know this person in this tax bracket. Matter of fact, we're going to put you in a psych board. We're going to get you locked up. Matter of fact, why you don't turn your TV on? Why did you turn it off? I've been watching you this whole entire time. I've been stalking you. That's what they've been doing. They hack your devices. And then when you speak up for yourself, they want everybody to look at you like you're crazy. How this type of stuff happens. It's a lot of innocent people that dealt with this type of stuff, and they can't speak up for themselves because they feel like their voice does not matter. And because people work and have different tax bracket, they feel like their family is going to be at harm. They feel like they're not mentally strong. They feel like because nobody's going to believe me because of the fact that I'm already being painted out to be somebody I'm truly not. Because it's innocent people that really in real life deal with real life gang stalking. And they're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. And one thing they don't have to do is just talk about it. They actually show action, and they got physical proof. And that's what happens when you have proof at the end of the day. They want to destroy your items. They want to destroy your devices. They want to destroy any evidence at the end of the day, because they have people that work in this department, that department, or whatever the case may be, to make sure that you are eliminated. How this type of stuff actually happens. All because of the fact that it started from you acknowledging your neighbor. You could have probably went on the internet and made a comment one day and laughed about a funny video. Or you could acknowledge your neighbor and said, hey, respect, that's nice, that's nice, that's a nice shirt. Or you probably could acknowledge your neighbor, they was walking down the street. Oh, I hope you have a good day. You know, little simple things like that. And next thing you know, by acknowledging somebody, now someone wants to ruin your life. Someone wants to make sure that you don't smile another day. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. My content is not for everyone. It started with the beauty within. Emotionally available. You actually had a heart. Who would have knew? It was truly you that day. You know that uniqueness within you. It was a vision they can relate to on the outside point of view. Looking in the mirror, yes, you are beautiful, yes, you are handsome. They overlooked you, but you understood growth when it comes to hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to shortchange you when it came to my dream. I love me. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. You know, we live in a community where it should be no reason why someone is going from point A to Z and someone is plotting to have somebody robbed or cite that they free will. We shouldn't have that mindset. Or if someone has the mindset, regardless of their tax bracket, to have jealousy and hate and envy within them. And then when someone speaks up for themselves, they're dead ass wrong. Because it doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. It doesn't. And especially when someone didn't sign up for it. And it's disgusting to see how folks would hack your devices just to blackmail you against you and send certain individuals towards you just to destroy you. How this type of stuff actually happens. And then when you speak up for yourself, you're dead ass wrong. I don't live in fear good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. You are beautiful. You are handsome. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to stop your dream from coming true. And that means you choosing you. You're the biggest lotto ticket to yourself. They would never understand patience when it comes to time and day. That elevation looks good on you. Understood what you overcame being patient with time and days and that you wasn't running from your old past self vision of yourself. We all may not pray the same, but hold on 1 second. God gave you balance that day the most healthiest way. I know how to respect my neighbor even days when I couldn't see. It be the train of thought for me. Never was wearing a mask. Hold on 1 second, keeping it real. But have certain folks so bent out of shape to project the case on you, all because of the fact that you stood up for yourself the most healthiest way. How this type of stuff actually happens. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooked you. Someone says that you don't have potential, but they projected their drama on you to paint you out to be the villain in their story when you wasn't trying to catch a case. How elevation looks good on you. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I don't beg nobody to like my video. I don't beg nobody to subscribe. So you can save all your pointless conversations when it comes to your spell work, you let on your evil lie. Just to stay in your lane, and I say that respectfully. Neighbor. Somebody is not for you. There's no need to subscribe to them. There's no need to have a hate train towards an innocent person talking about you growing at the end of the day. Didn't matter your tax bracket, but the maturity when it comes to your mental health. Hold on 1 second. You was acting your shoe size, not your body weight. What happened to gravity that day? Actually going within to do the proper healing. You wouldn't want that monster to be projected on your child. And I say that respectfully. We all don't operate the same when it comes to our conscience. I ain't got to see my neighbor frown. I want you to maintain your smile. Because better days is ahead when you least expect it, regardless who's pointing in the wrong direction, gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. You are worthy, choosing you not to overlook you, regardless who said you didn't have potential. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And it's like when you speak up for yourself, they quick to say that you're mad. Why would you be mad when you're choosing yourself? When you fall for miserable, they will never understand how you bettering yourself. Everybody in that may pray the same, but I knew understand time and day. The right folks is actually going to see your potential, not to overlook you. When you truly your biggest cheerleader, who would have knew? God sent the right people to you. Always be yourself with no misintention. I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. No, it's straight on me. I love. I'm about to talk about love now. Love is real. Love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. It was you. It wasn't that crowd shout moment. It was you. You overcame the pain and time and day. It was you. You know, your boundaries looks different today. It was you that chose you not to overlook you. How God was maintaining your smile not for you not to overlook you. You understood your worth when it came to this new chapter in your life, only for the love of your life to treat you right. Who would have knew? It was you. Because true love wasn't complicated. True love wasn't lust. True love was real love. Someone's really keeping it real with you, love. That ain't just different. How someone's really walking together to bring you peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. You almost gave up on the love department only for God to show you that, hold on one second, you was worthy of understanding growth. When it comes to maturity, you act in your body weight, not your shoe size. They would never understand that, hold on one second, God didn't dim you like another day when you almost gave up on the love department. How someone truly saw the beauty within you, and it showed on the outside. The energy is different. Someone truly being faithful to you. They wasn't trying to have their cake and eat it too. Someone truly showed you why you're passing in your reality because they wasn't trying to run game on you. The energy is different because true love wasn't manipulation. True love wasn't lust. The energy is different. You had your crash out moments when it come to your past, but don't live in your reality today. They would never understand how true love can truly last. Someone be on the same page with you. Imagine being emotionally available to the right person, only for you to realize the hold on one second. You're passing living your reality today, and God didn't make a mistake. Because true love is real. True love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. And true love allows you to heal. I'm not Asian on perspective. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. She might be worthy. Don't dim your like neighbor. Confidence looks good on you today. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. And I say that respectfully. Even when they try to shadow ban you, try to blackmail you against you being you. You don't have to try hard to motivate somebody. But they would never put respect on your name because they got hate in their vein. That jealousy and envy is real, all because of, hold on one second, you believed in your faith. Being your authentic self will have folks truly in the mindset of being one-sided. When it comes to their mental health, how they try to project it on you. But God was really showing you better days ahead when you was never in competition with your neighbor. When you knew how to respect them when they couldn't see. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I am not giving respect. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God, and I say that respectfully. I do not work with anybody when it comes to my creativity, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. And I say that respectfully because when God sends the right people into your life, they don't have the mindset of having you, they would never be in the mindset of looking at you like competition. They would never have the mindset of having jealousy and envy towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to you, but you're not for me, and that's okay. But respect is a two-way street when the right people come into your life, regardless of what someone's going through mentally. You're not running from your past. You understood, hold on one second, why self-love can truly last. The unconditional love brought you balance today because you're still being patient with the time and day when it comes to healing trauma and pain. But you can still be your authentic self to respect your neighbor, just to stay in your lane. You have to get physical. That energy is different. And especially when someone got malicious intentions towards you. You ain't out here playing with spoken in a toxic way. You're not out here energy harvesting no folks' energy. You're not out here destiny swiping with nobody. You're not out here hacking their devices. You're not out here having the mindset of looking at your neighbor like competition. Because y'all was never competing. You know how to respect your neighbor, even when they can't see. You their biggest cheerleader. When folks try to dim their light, who would have knew? It would have been you that day. That God sent directly into your life, not to overlook you, to project pain. My content is not for everybody. When the right people walk into your life, they don't have hate in their vein, and they damn sure don't look at you like competition. We may not pray the same, but I still not respect my neighbor. We all not the same. Always be yourself, but never let that. I gotta go. Always be yourself. Thank you for your time. I'm not aging on respect. Being yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged because someone lacks insecurity problems, someone has confidence problems, or whatever the case may be. And you know how to put respect on your neighbor's name regardless of what they're going through mentally. And they wanted to shortchange you of your blessing of you choosing you. But God didn't reject you because God was really protecting you. You never thought that you was better than anybody because you wasn't trying to catch a case. How growth looks different on everybody. That ain't just different. Regardless to what your neighbor's going through mentally, and I say this respectfully, you want them to bring the best out of themselves. Because you can motivate somebody and they can have that mindset of having insecurity problems, having the mindset of having jealousy, hate, and envy towards them. You can motivate somebody in the most healthiest way. But they'll be behind the scenes laughing at you, disrespecting you, having ill intentions like to take at your free will and come to your pockets on your eyesight, all because of the fact that you actually respected somebody. All because they was wearing a mask because they had envy within them, and that one lie was told because God saw what they was doing. How the jealousy was real. How someone said, hold on one second, I don't like the fact that you truly know how to heal. I don't like the fact that you hold yourself together regardless of what you've been through. How folks will put you in competition because you was willing to choose you. And you fall from a hater, that is just different. It didn't matter about someone's tax bracket. It didn't. Because respect is a two-way street. Someone could be going through postpartum. Someone could be going through just losing somebody in their life. Or someone could just be going through losing a job. Or someone could be going through an unhealthy relationship. That friend did them wrong, or whatever the case may be. Or somebody did something the most unhealthiest way towards somebody. And someone doesn't like the fact that you hold you together properly. Because folks look at everybody like we all crash outs. We're not crash outs, especially when someone is not acting. That is just different. And someone is not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. You'll be so surprised when a decent person walks into your life. They don't look at you like competition. They respect your situation. They're not kicking you down. They're not disrespecting you. They want you to become your best self vision of yourself one day in your journey, because of the fact that when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it's not a race or an overnight process. And it was never competing when they introduced themselves to you. It was never competing when you introduced yourself to them, but you made it out to be, hold on one second, I don't like you because you choose you. I don't like you because you know how to respect yourself. I don't like you because you hold yourself accountable. I don't like you because you hold yourself in a healthy manner when it comes to having morals and respect for yourself. How people have this mindset. And they'll be behind the scene of projecting sport towards an innocent person because someone has self-control. You could do something to a person in the most unhealthiest way, and someone will say, you know what? I truly hope that you still find peace within yourself, but just not near me, in your own lane somewhere else. It be a train of thought for me. Everybody's not supposed to be part of your journey, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. How whatever you did on the last person, it may have worked out. But when you come across somebody that is different, that don't mean bash them, kick them down, disrespect them. There's no need to project spell on them. There's no need to energy harvest to anything destiny swipe with them or hack your devices because you lack self-control or try to steal their destiny. You can't take what was endured within that child of God. And I say that respectfully. You can never take what God endured within that child of God. You can never take their destiny, their anointings. You can never take their blueprint. Never. Even if you try to project somebody else to be somebody they're not, and they would never be that, and it's that one individual. They would never be them. You could sit there and take notes on somebody all day long, but they would never be that individual. Someone knows how to be in a healthy relationship because you never experienced a healthy relationship, and you would love to be in a healthy relationship. There's no reason for you to be behind the scenes and projecting sport so someone won't fall in love. You should not be projecting sport on someone so they won't get that job opportunity. You should not be projecting sport so someone won't look at someone in a certain light, because you have the mindset of having jealousy and envy within you. And then when you go around certain individuals, you're wearing a mask so well because nobody knows who you truly are. Because of the fact that the hate and the envy, it shows, but your mask haven't fallen off yet. But when your mask falls off in front of the right person, they see you. And I say that respectfully. Because my thing is, why would you be going up against one person? Why would you be talking about somebody so bad that's not even antagonizing you, that's not disrespecting you, that's not doing anything to you? They're not trying to bring harm towards you in no shape or form. They actually respect their neighbor. But you watch somebody within watching somebody and say, you know what? Let me see how I can kick them down. Let me see what's their weakest link. Let me see how I can destroy them as an individual. How people really do this. They watch you, within watch you, try to observe you and see how they can run up on you. And they would even try to dig up your past just to see how they can get you out of character. They would dig up your past just to try to humiliate you when that doesn't live within you. Because people forget to realize at the end of the day, you digging up somebody's past and you saying that in certain individuals like, oh yeah, that person's a crash out. But do you understand why that person had to stand up for themselves in certain situations when folks was trying to walk all over their toes or disrespect them at the end of the day? And especially when someone was tired of being verbally, emotionally, and physically abused by certain individuals, and when they speak up for themselves, now they crash out. How that math doesn't add up. How this type of stuff happens because when someone has control over the narrative, when it's one-sided, because, you know, people are followers nowadays instead of being a leader. They actually won't ever understand what actually happened that day, especially when it's one-sided. It be the train of thought for me, because you will always want someone to hear your side of the story, and especially when someone tries to blackmail you. And especially when you're an individual that don't run from your past. And especially when you're an individual that don't know how to take accountability for your action. And especially when you're an individual that's not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. You ain't acting your shoe size, you're acting your body weight. That maturity hits different when it came to gravity that day. You took the risk on choosing you regardless who overlooked you. Being authentic had folks so bent out of shape when you wasn't trying to catch a case. You know you chose you. You wasn't looking for nobody validation to be your authentic self. You chose you. And you wasn't trying to fit in, but you just knew how to respect your neighbor. They misused and abused you because you wasn't willing to overlook you another day. They gave up on you. They overlooked you during your journey. They wasn't willing to choose you. They didn't know how to protect you. They don't respect you. But why would you want to shortchange you when you could love you? Someone didn't know how to love you. Someone didn't know how to respect you. Someone didn't know how to protect you. So now you have to protect you, love you, and respect you. You know, that faithfulness hits different. That favor of God hits different. You know, certain individuals say God is not real, but God is real. And when God is real and God is in a room, it's like, dang, when God pulls his child out of certain rooms, it's for all the right reasons. Because, dang, God is not going to continue to let his child or her child continue to be verbally, physically, emotionally abused by folks that don't even know how to respect themselves or respect their neighbor because they don't know how to stay in their lane when it comes to self-control. And it didn't matter about someone's tax bracket. It doesn't matter about someone's upbringing. I see everybody talking about God, 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 but we may not pray the same. Because God doesn't have the mindset of projecting spell work. God doesn't have the mind of energy, harvesting on people's energy. God does not have the mindset of hacking people's devices or gang stalking them. God does not have the mindset of having hate. I put it in God's hands. I'm moving forward. God's going to take care of you how God's going to take care of you. But when God is leading somebody to speak, God never removed his hands and her hands off that baby. And it doesn't matter how old that baby is, because you know why? That's God's baby. That's somebody's baby. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. Regardless if they have you shadow banned or devices, keep speaking up for yourself because you matter, you're worthy. And especially when you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. It's disgusting to see how someone, they matter their tax bracket. Someone can have land, property. They can have all these lavish things, all these things for themselves. They can have a bigger wardrobe than you. They can have more food in different households than you. And you probably on an empty stomach. You barely got food in your fridge. And they want to tear you down. And then they pick and choose who's okay, who has the acceptance of talking about God. They pick and choose who can talk about God. And then when you speak up for yourself, you're wrong because of the fact that the enemy, let alone the devil, antagonize you. They went against you. They blackmail you. And now they want to paint you out to be the villain in their story because, hold on one second, God gave you the strength to stand up for yourself today. You ever walked into someone's life and actually respected your neighbor and you never looked at them like competition, right? And they had so much hate and envy within them because of your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, or your religion. And they made sure that they did whatever it took for them, regardless who wanted to work with you, be in a relationship with you, who wanted to support you, who wanted to show love to you. They made sure in their right mind that they painted you out to be someone that you truly wasn't. They even blackmailed you so bad, all because they had so much hate and jealousy and envy within them. And they said, you know what, I'm going to be part of certain groups. I'm going to be part of certain people conversations just to have them rob part of it. They want to be part of having the innocent person robbed, having them psych their free will. How this type of stuff actually happens because someone has so much hate towards one person. Someone sees potential within somebody and they don't have to try hard. And because you don't have to try hard because you're genuinely just gifted. And certain is like, oh, God ain't real. Oh, God ain't showing you. God ain't God. You nothing but the devil. How people have this mindset. And never not one time did you show anybody signs of being the devil. Never not one time did you show anybody signs of bringing harm to yourself or others around you. But they wanted to blackmail you against you because God gave you the eyesight and day, understanding your faith, that you was worthy of still respecting your neighbor, regardless of what anybody was going through mentally, emotionally unstable. You still knew how to respect your neighbor. How people do this type of stuff, they see potential within you, and they want to shortchange your vision. They want you to be a crash out because they're a crash out. But you still knew how to respect your neighbor regardless of whatever they projected on you. How this type of stuff actually happens. Someone was supposed to get a job interview or whatever the case may be, right? Someone asked somebody about somebody, and someone decided to say, you know what, I'm going to project spoke on somebody. Matter of fact, they ganged up in a group of people just to project spoke on somebody, just so now someone is painted out to be somebody they're truly not. So the blackmailing was real. Or because someone wanted that person get that job opportunity, someone decided to say, you know what, I'm going to try to make you mentally ill, so certain individuals won't look at you in a certain light. How this type of stuff actually happens. And it's sad to say that you trust somebody and put your faith into somebody only for someone to go up against you, all because someone had jealousy and hate and envy within them. And then you sit back and say, hold on 1 second. So you mean to tell me that this person wasn't like this whole entire time? Or because someone mask fell off? Or because of jealousy and envy and hate? How this type of stuff actually happens. It doesn't matter about someone's tax bracket. Someone can be having funny money right now, and they see that you truly got potential, and they don't want you to elevate faster than them because they may have been doing a job a little bit longer than you, or a boss, you just got hired onto a position of a job, and they say, you know what, I'm going to tell you not to come in today or for the rest of the week, and your boss looking for you, and you was told by the assistant manager not to come in, just for the assistant manager to blackmail you, when the actual supervisor said, no, I never said that. How this type of stuff actually happens because someone didn't want someone to overshine them. Someone didn't want someone to take their position when someone was never competing for that position. If someone sees potential within somebody and they're putting them, they're trying to bring them along the team or whatever the case may be, it should be no reason why someone's in the background having this mindset of having envious and jealousy mindset towards an innocent person from them to stop their growth, because you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you. My content is not for everyone. And how this type of stuff actually happens. Someone just went for a job interview, respectfully. They didn't have the degree. They didn't have the diploma. It was the mindset. It didn't matter what they dealt with when it comes to trauma and pain. They just had a mindset of a high IQ score, of having a mindset of having potential. And someone said, you know what? I like this person's qualities. They may not have a resume on hand, but I'm watching this person. I'm observing their conversation as I'm interviewing them, and I like what I see. I love it. Not only do I love it, but I want them to be part of my team. Not only do I want them to be part of my team, I want them to be part of my establishment. Not only do I want them to be part of my establishment, I want them to be part of my family. Not only do I want them to be part of my family, I want them to be part of my community. Not only do I want them to be part of my community, but I want them to be my neighbor. And someone in the background, it didn't matter how long they was doing their job for, when they saw that you walked in the door, you probably didn't have no food in your fridge. You probably on your last little couple of dollars. And you ain't doing it for likes and views because you're trying to figure it out. And because you walked in the door that day, you probably just lost a loved one. You probably dealing with a domestic violence situation. You probably dealing with this, dealing with all types of stuff. But you don't look like what you're going through. But you went in that door with the mindset at the end of the day saying, God, please take the wheel. And because you went in that door with that mindset, that person said, you know what? I want you on my team. Yes, I do. Yes. And because someone was so excited to have you part of their team, someone was in the background to make sure they destroy your character. Someone made sure that when you showed up for work, they made sure that you got short change on your check. And because you just started the job, you wasn't trying to say nothing too much. You was, when you start working a job, you ain't truly trying to like press the situation because you're just thankful for having a job, or let alone they didn't pay you at all, or they tell you don't come into work a such and such day, and then your boss comes to you and having a conversation with you, and you got a whole pile of stuff that you talking about, and they had no parts in that conversation. So you mean to tell me that your check's been short all this time? You mean to tell me that you have not been getting acknowledged for your work? You mean to tell me that they've been telling you to take off when you're supposed to be at work? You mean to tell me that what? I never signed up for this conversation. How someone was just blackmailed and manipulated themselves because of the fact that someone was wearing a mask of having jealousy and envy and hate towards them. And it didn't matter as to what job description it is, if you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you're a school teacher, a doctor, a lawyer. It doesn't matter what job description it is. If that's something that you say that's your job description, and I say that respectfully, how people will look at you like competition when you was never competing this whole entire time, how this type of stuff actually happens. And then when you speak up for yourself, they quick to call you a snitch. No, because someone that actually acknowledged somebody that put them onto the job, they actually care. Because they wouldn't want somebody to do that to them or their loved ones or someone that they care about at the end of the day. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How they took your word as, you being a loyal and honest and respectful person, and you may be well known in the community or not. You may be well known in certain departments or whatever the case may be or not. How someone decided to allow you to come on their team or just acknowledge you as a person, to respect you, and only to realize, hold on one second, now they don't look at you the same because you decide to disrespect them and manipulate them against somebody that they had no idea what was going on. Because that's what happens. It does. How someone can see so much potential within somebody, and someone will be in the background trying to destroy that innocent person. And it's sad and disgusting to see that individuals with children, and I don't mean no disrespect, you wouldn't want somebody to do that to your baby, regardless to how old they are, regardless to what department that they work in, if it's a convenience store, if it's a library, it don't matter where it is. If it's outside in public, you wouldn't want somebody to do that to your child. And especially, you cannot defend your child all the time. But you should know that when your child goes out into the outside world, that they're safe, that they're respected, and that they're well-mannered, and that they're not hurting nobody, taking them with their free will. That ain't just different. You wouldn't want your child having a mindset, or someone projecting on your child having a mindset of having jealousy and envy and hate. It's no competition. If something is truly for somebody, it would never overlook them. It would never be overlooked. It should be no reason why someone is dibbling and dabbling in the background trying to kick somebody down to see them frown. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. And especially a mother or a father that had an unfair upbringing, and they know how society is. And they keep saying that one day society would probably change. One day it will be a day where my child may go to a job site, or my child may come across individuals that won't have the mindset of trying to ruin a reputation, won't have the mindset of having jealousy and hate and envy towards them, won't have the mindset of having good, decent friends to actually sit at their table, won't have to worry about, oh, I'm sending my child to the schoolhouse, I shouldn't have to worry about my child being bullied, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. When you have potential, never allow someone to make you feel like you don't have it. It doesn't matter about your tax bracket. It doesn't matter about your living situation, because you are human as well as the next person is, and we all don't have hate in our vein, and just different. When God sends the right people into your life, they act their body weight, not their shoe size when it comes to maturing. That hand is just different. We all don't operate the same when it comes to hate and jealousy and envy in our vein. I know how to respect my neighbor, stay in my lane. When God sends the right people into your life, it was never competition, and it would never be competition. Because elevation is up. Respect's up, hates down, respect's up, hates down, respect's up, hates down, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Stay in your lane, neighbor. You ain't had to project pain. Someone was catching their bus to understand a dream come true. Something you couldn't get used to was going within to understand your mental health to stay in your lane. Hold on 1 second, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Your mask fell off when you look at your neighbor like competition. They was never competing. Only rise to hold on 1 second. We all don't operate the same. Plain was spoken in a toxic way. That's not in our vocabulary. Leave innocent people alone. Projecting pain. Looking at us like someone in competition, you gotta antagonize them. Because you want someone to catch a case. Or because someone understood self-control when it came to discipline. It bothered your mental health because someone actually had confidence to become their best self-vision of themselves. To understand that, hold on 1 second, they wasn't trying to overlook themselves. Always be yourself when someone wants you to give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. When you remove somebody out of your life, regardless to what type of relationship it is, it should be no reason why somebody's plotting to have you robbed. It should be no reason why someone is plotting to have you cycle at your free will. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. It doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. And I say that respectfully. You haven't talked to someone in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It should be no reason why someone is grouping up with different folks in different communities to get you robbed because they lack self-control, or because they lack self-control so bad they don't want you to become your best self-vision of yourself, so they got to project spoke on you. They got to energy harvest off your energy. They try to destiny swipe with you. But you know God saw everything. They had your devices, play with spoke in a toxic way. They was gang stalking right to left. And then you speak up for yourself, you was snitch. But you was truly far from that. That energy is different. Never feel wrong for speaking up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. Especially when you run from your past, energy is different. One thing I never had to do was lie on what I experienced, what I've been through. Regardless, they try to blackmail me, to humiliate me when it comes to my past. They don't live my reality today. They wouldn't understand, hold on 1 second, why I stand before myself today. Someone says you ain't got potential, do not give up on yourself. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, and I do not worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. God is not for sale, and God has never been for sale. It doesn't matter how old someone's child is. Regardless to what disability they have, respect's supposed to be a two-way street. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. That person may not have potential in your eyes, but you'd be so surprised. The right person is not going to look over them. They see them, they hate them, they don't hate in their vein. They don't have hate in their vein, and they don't look at their neighbor like competition. That is different. We all aren't the same. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Peace and respect, some respect your neighbor, stop the violence. Humanity where they don't dim your light, go you neighbor, neighbor, don't dim your light. Stop the violence. Stay out of trouble. Protect your energy and protect you and your family with no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. I'm closing this video out. Today is currently May 23rd, 2025, and it's currently 1:25 p.m. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, and I always did. I don't do third-party conversations. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And I say that respectfully. Be mindful when you're saying you're trying to humble somebody because you lack self-control. And I say that respectfully. When someone wasn't trying to lose control, you antagonize them to catch a case, or because of the fact that your mental health wasn't the same. You know, trauma and pain, it's not easy. But your neighbor was actually rooting for you, even days when you couldn't see. I still hope that you find peace within, neighbor. Always be yourself, but just in your own lane. No, Jay, don't leave innocent people alone. I gotta go. I'm not aging on respect, and my content is not for everyone. I do not hack people devices. I do not project spoke in a toxic way. I do not destiny swipe with people. And I do not project spoke in a toxic way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. I'm not aging on respect. Have a good day. It's the trader on me. I gotta go. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.